Voice acting is a massive part of anime. Fucking obviously. Even though it was groundbreaking, earth-shattering back in the day for ancient people when they saw this drawing talk, but for us now, it is quite common. Like, can you imagine watching the recent episode of One Piece where Luffy raises his arms and says nothing when you expect him to say voice acting plays a major role to sell you the emotion, motivation and hardships of a particular character, but you might not notice that until you do. Good voice actor is like a magician. They create this perfect illusion of yes, the one who is speaking is the character itself. There is no human behind it, even though the one who is talking is a panda. And pandas don't talk. But then there are some voice actors whose voice commands your attention. You drop everything what you are doing just to hear them. You want to see what characters they are playing. Their voice brings out this tingly feeling in you, which you haven't experienced before. Personally, my first experience with this tingly thing was when I was 13 watching Naruto Shippuden dub. Whenever Pain said anything, especially shit like this.
Those who do not know pain will never understand true peace. And now, this world shall know pain. Almighty push.
After that, everything changed. The piss boy beta Thatch was out of the window, and the one who was still standing was the new, cool and Chad Thatch. Or that's what I thought at the time. But now that I really think about it, I was just being edgy. I mean, I went around in my class spouting philosophical shit in my non-existent deep but actually squeaky voice, pretending to be the absolute goat Troy Baker, who not only has this beautiful voice, but look at that hair, man. If this beautiful hunk of a man didn't play Pain, I wouldn't have got that tingly feeling, and probably I might not be making this video right now in an alternate future. Over the years, anime dub industry has been blessed with amazing voice actors, and thanks to that, memorable characters like Spike Spiegel, Alucard and Vegeta are that much more ingrained in our filthy weeb brain. It's over 9,000! But this is only the half a side of this coin. The when you were kids side. The side when you thought Pokemon was an English cartoon. But to your surprise, it was Japanese. And with that knowledge, you were also introduced to the Great Battle. Since the genesis of creation itself, there has been a battle raging on between two prominent parties. A battle so legendary, which predates Goku versus Saitama, Messi versus Ronaldo, and Bone versus Boneless. But this is a weeb battle where you have to pick a side because it is sub versus dub. Are you Nihongo Josu, who reads subtitles, adjusts his fake glasses, thinking he knows Japanese, pretending to be the superior being out of all of them? Or are you the filthy, yucky, normie dub enjoyer? Ew! What are you, a big baby who doesn't want to read subtitles because your eyes hurts? Ooh, shall I get you an eyedropper? Or grow a fucking pair? That's how people who think subs are better act. Because unfortunately, I was one of them after my edge phase. And rightfully so. Watching anime subs was like opening the third eye of mine, and probably yours too. The characters who sounded off in the dub are so much better in the sub. Again, to take from my personal experience, Higurashi in the dub.
Tell me, has something been eating at you lately? Something that maybe scares you?
Versus the Higurashi in the sub.
Keiichi-kun, 悩んでることがあるんじゃないかな。怖いんだよね、Keiichi-kun.
Is like night and day. I was blown away when I found out this guy and this guy
Do you understand?
share the same voice actors. Hiroshi Kamiya, who plays Levi, Law and Araragi. Kana Hanazawa, who can play Akane from Psycho Pass, or Onodera from Nisekoi, to Sengoku from Monogatari.
誰か何か言いましたか？
進展なんかあるわけねえだろ。俺様にてめえの仕事を押し付けてんじゃねえぞ。
Actually, voice acting from Monogatari is so good. Kaiki, Karen, Senjugara, Kanbaru and rest of the cast, I love every one of their performance. We also have Takehiko Koyasu, but you may know him as. And then we have Tsuda Kenjiro, who has the most orgasmic voice. Like, I question my sexuality after listening to him, whether be it as Nanami or Orsted. The list goes on, but the point is, when you experience voice acting in Japanese, your ears and eyes have been opened up to an entirely different world. You can watch anime you never have, or even re-experience some of the anime which you hated while watching the dub, but you absolutely fell in love after watching the sub. But what is the difference between English anime voice acting and Japanese anime voice acting? Well, one of the biggest English voice actors was about to promote voice NFT, but stepped away after Twitter got mad. But when the same thing happened with the Japanese voice actor, she said fuck it, roll it out anyway, and the fans thought, oh, this must be completely management's doing.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Japan has had a long obsession with voice acting, unlike any other countries. Compared to the most recent boom of voice acting in US, Japan has had specialized schools in voice acting since all the way back in 1940s. So obviously, if you have a solid foundation, you are going to be cracked. Japanese voice actors are some of the most adored celebrities, called seiyuu. These guys have a lot of clout. Like, a lot. They are almost considered idols. Well, with a massive fan base in and out of Japan, it is very hard to deny that. Now you compare all of this to English voice actors or voice actors from any other country, obviously you are going to see some difference there. These Japanese voice acting schools start training their students very early on. Some of them who even start in the middle school. Middle school! They are choosing their career in middle school. Do you know what I was choosing in middle school? What Beyblade should I pick? I mean, Pegasus was cool, but Tornado? Oh boy, Tornado was badass. Wait, what was the point of it again? Oh, voice acting. So naturally, the Japanese voice acting in anime is going to be really fucking good. But even after all of that, whether be it English sub or English dub, for God knows what reason, something
Hey, what the fuck? You got a fucking problem?
has went terribly wrong here.
I'll pound the living shit out of you, you dumbass freaky tourist.
The thing with voice acting in anime, it can make or break an anime, and it is especially hard with English dub because the Japanese, they have been doing this shit for ages. They just know who the right fit for the right character is. But to follow up that task in English dub can go surprisingly good,
I love the kind of woman that can kick my ass.
or just absolutely off the rails.
He's gone over that cliff.
But I truly believe that there is a certain beauty in voice acting which is straight up garbage. Yeah, if I had to choose, I want to see a really good performance. But I definitely want to see Big Green once again.
It's Big Green!
Let that child alone.
Definitely, they are doing a terrible job. But if you think about it, actually, they are doing a banger of a job.
Down here.
Anyone who has seen Bible Black definitely came for something else, but remembers it for something else entirely.
Manasseh, what's wrong?
None of your business.
Did you bring 2 lunch boxes to school? You've got rice on your face.
Or just any other hentai dubs. And oftentimes, voice actors are not even at fault here. It is the script writers.
Hold your fire! This man isn't black! I may be dim, but it's always dark before the glorious sunrise.
But whatever it may be, talking about crappy voice acting without this just feels wrong.
No, this isn't happening! There's no reason for me to go on. What? What am I fighting for?
Even though this is not from anime, it fucking cracks me up. If you think I'm going to put the ghost story dub here, I am not. That dub is a masterpiece and everyone should watch that anime in dub exclusively. The voice acting, the delivery, the script writing, everything was mind-blowing. It is the only dub which made a boring anime into a fucking masterpiece with things like this.
Shirotabi, please forgive me for bringing you back to life. I know now that it could never work between us. As much as we wanted to, it could never be. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
The thing with this sub versus dub is that this thing has fucked with my mind. This no longer has stayed just anime dubs better than anime subs. But I can't even watch other media in dub, which I was able to do with ease before. A while back, I watched a Tollywood movie, which you might have also heard of, called RRR. It was fucking massive. Some of the creators I personally love and respect, whom I thought would never even hear about it, were shouting it out. And it was a pretty good movie. Now, the thing about India is, we speak a lot of language compared to other countries. Just the official language count of India is 22, which does not include some of the languages which are spoken in the smaller parts of the country. Now, RRR is a Telugu movie, but on Netflix, it only had the Hindi dubbed version. The voice acting and everything was fucking great, no doubt about it. but for some reason, I just couldn't immerse myself into it. Every time any dialogue was delivered, my mind immediately went to, no, this just doesn't sound right. This doesn't feel right. This sub is better than dub is now actively ruining my experience. But here is the kicker. A while back, I don't even know why, I watched entire Dragon Ball Z's tournament arc, and obviously at first, me being me, I was like, obviously I'm going to watch in sub. Like, subs better than dubs, bitch. But after the halfway into the first episode, I was like, this doesn't hit right. So I went back and put on the dub version, and oh my god, it was perfect. That may have been the nostalgia or something, but man, did that feel good. It felt right. Do I still prefer the subs? Yes, absolutely. If you ask me, do I want Gojo to sound like this?
Seriously, you two? Could you please take your hands off him, you homewreckers?
Or do I want him to sound like this? Of course, I'm going to go with the Gojo, who's going to teach me violin. But when it comes to old, nostalgic anime, you bet your ass I'm going to listen Goku Go Super Saiyan 3 at max volume right after he says,
You're going to love this. Trust me.
and then go. It looks like I'm constipated. I guess the point I'm trying to make is not a point at all. I just love voice acting, whether it be AAA rated or just some hot garbage. And you should enjoy anime the way you want it. But I'm going to clown on you anyway. Like and subscribe and share it around if you want to. And see you in the next one, which is by clicking right here. Smooth. Very smooth. Bye. Oh my fucking god.